Good morning. So today this is a bit of an update word, just an update. I had put out a word, I think it was like a week or so ago, saying that I think it might have been a short, but I put out a short saying that the enemy was regrouping and re-strategizing how to come at you because they can't stand to see you up. They just can't, they cannot. Then I put out another word after that. I think it was a video saying that Satan was big mad, real mad. Yeah, okay. So this is branching off of those words. So what happened on the in-between there was, yes, that was happening. They were all mad. Your enemies, which of course are being backed up by Satan, pushed by Satan, they were regrouping and re-strategizing how to come at you again. And this is all in efforts. There's small plans going on, mini plans, but the biggest plan of all is to do these mini plans hoping that it'll wear you out, right? Like the main big goal plan is to just wear you down and wear you out, just in any way, so that you can't continue to worship and pray, so that you can't continue to elevate, so that you can't continue to stay positive, so that hopefully you get depressed, hopefully you get sat down, hopefully you get sick because of being tired and things. You know what I mean? Like anything to wear your batteries down. That's what the main goal plan is. But they understand that it's going to take several little things to try to make that happen. Like so in the past they tried to just cut you off at the knees, but that didn't work. So then they re-strategized and came up with what they thought was a better, brilliant plan, was to just whittle away at you bit by bit until you're worn down to nothing, right? Because the one fell swoop didn't work. So if they could just whittle away at you, then maybe that would work. But they've been doing that now for quite some time, because obviously that plan would take longer, and that's also not working. So at this point in time, it's funny because they're the ones that are exhausted. They're the ones that are tired. So everything they wanted you to be down and out or whatnot, they're down and out. They wanted you to be sick. They're sick because they're pouring so much of their attention and time. They're depleting themselves trying to whittle away at you. So the very thing that they're trying to have happen to you is happening to them, because while they're putting all their time, effort, energy, money, whatever it is, all their resources into trying to whittle you down, they themselves are getting whittled down, and it's not working on you. So you're still continuing to elevate and rise, the very thing that they didn't want to happen. And now they have started to whittle themselves down by continually still trying to whittle you down, because they have this false thinking, it's delusional thinking, because it comes from Satan, where they just think, okay, if we just really pour it on thicker, we just have to really go harder and go thicker, that'll do it. It's not. Okay, if we just get more numbers, let's just get more people on our team to go against them, that'll do it. But it's not. Okay, if we just don't sleep, don't eat, we just go full tilt, that'll do it. But it's not. Okay, if we go to this person or that person, or try this plan, whatever, I don't know, it's hard because I don't think like the enemy, right? But these are the things that God tells me that they're thinking, then that'll do it. But it's not. So they're running out of all options, and they have been for a long time. And instead of just staying down where they need to stay, is down, you've been defeated, they refuse to accept defeat. They just eventually get back up and try and come up with a new strategy. But they're not understanding that as long as you walk with the Lord, none of these strategies are ever going to work, like ever. First of all, they're never going to work. And second of all, even if they do work a little bit, it's a temporary work. And third of all, even if that does happen, they're losing in order for them to give you a little push or a little hit or a little nudge, they have to lose 90% of their resources. Like they have to double down on everything that they're doing just to give you that little nudge that you feel for like a couple days, and then it goes away. Like, it's so hard to explain, but they're the ones that are digging themselves down. They're the ones getting depleted. The very thing that they're trying to do to you is happening to them. And they have this delusional thinking that comes from Satan, because the thing is Satan is driving these people, okay? He's making them think that there's a chance, but there's not. And he knows there isn't. He knows he can't defeat God. He knows that. But because he doesn't care about anybody, including these people, he's using them to the bitter end, like down to the bone, like to where like they're gonna just have zero, like literally nothing, and have nothing to show for it. He knows they're not gonna win. It's a fixed fight. It's not possible for them to take the W. It's not. But he's making them think that there's a chance, even though there isn't. Even though they're like down and out, they're like in the very as they say, the pit that they dug for you, they're sitting in it. He's making them believe they can pull themselves out if they just go do more stuff, not that without them realizing that it's Satan telling them this so that they stay stuck. Because you know and I know that because they've dug this pit, until they go to God, they're going to remain there. And the more that they stay away from God and continue to come at you guns blazing, the deeper and deeper they're actually going. This is what Satan does. He creates delusional thinking where people think the sky is purple or it's green when it's actually blue. You know, he makes them delusional. You know, you see that, you know, the person is such and such a person, right? But the Satan makes the person see them warped. Like, so you know someone, you know they're a good person, they're a nice, decent person, whatever. Satan makes them look at that person like they're evil, like you got to get them, you know, they're not good, they're bad, whatever. This construed, mixed up thinking. And then the person believes what they're thinking, their perception is correct when it's not. And so then they go after this person. But this person is not who they think that this person is. So therefore, this person has protection. So they're literally running into a brick wall over and over and over and over again. And they're the ones getting banged up and beat up, and they are aware of it. But Satan continues to mess with their mind and make them think that eventually they're going to win. Eventually they'll do it. Eventually, you know, they're going to get themselves out of this pit eventually. And so then they just keep going more and more and more. So they're literally like, I don't know. It reminds me of like those old school Looney Tune cartoons where, was it Roadrunner and the Coyote was always trying to get the Roadrunner and he never could. And no matter what strategy he came up with, the Roadrunner always was faster, ran away, outsmarted him, whatever, somehow got out. And the coyote was the one that ended up on the, you know, getting hurt, and like his plan was to hurt the Roadrunner and it backfired on him every single time. That's what this is like. You're the Roadrunner and they are the Coyote because they're being pushed by Satan. But the Coyote, and you're watching that show and you're looking at the Coyote like, just stop. You're never going to get Roadrunner. It's that obvious, right? But Coyote still thinks he has a chance, even though he doesn't. And in this scenario, sorry, that's just what the vision that God's giving me on this. In this scenario, you are Roadrunner. They're never going to get you, but Satan's making the Coyote keep trying. And at the end of the day, the Coyote's only like hurting themselves over and over again, right? So you need to pray for these people. That's why I keep stressing this. Me personally, I pray for these people every single night. I pray for their deliverance and I pray for their salvation. I don't know if it's working. I really don't think it is, because they continue at what they're doing. But that's what you need to do. You have to pray that these people that go against you, that ultimately they find the Lord and that they can be saved and delivered from Satan and his consistent, like, I don't know. I feel bad, you know, for these people. Like, the fact that they don't see it for what it is, right? And all they got to do is just go to God, be saved, and then they'll see it crystal clear, just like you do. And like I said in one of my last words, they have went to God, but because they don't want to give it a full tilt effort, they are still, like, they might for a bit, but then they go back into the sin. The biggest thing is they don't want to give up the sin. And because they don't, so they're in these vicious cycles. So because they don't want to give up the sin, they end up being puppeteered by Satan. Because they're puppeteered by Satan, they continue to have delusional thinking and go against you. Because they continue to go against you, they continue to be stuck down in the pit. Because they're stuck down in the pit, they go and continue to sin. And it just goes round and round and round. And then meanwhile, there's you far, far away, just doing your thing, working for the Lord, and you're the roadrunner getting away every time. They're not going to catch you, right? So anyways, pray for your opposers. Pray that they come to the Lord, and yeah, just pray that they can be saved and delivered.